My truck is officially damaged. The fairings are gone. This load of pipe has damaged my truck. And it's not only this side, but also the other side. Right over there, I don't know if you can tell, it's some dents in there too, and that needs to be repaired. This load of pipe has damaged my load. So how did this load damage my truck? Well, as you can see back here behind me, I'm gonna share some pictures on screen right now that shows what exactly happened. This was the shipper's fault. This was exactly the shipper's fault. I didn't know about it. Someone on the CB radio was telling me something about it. Well, was trying to. I assume their voice on the CB radio was blurted out or whatnot. I couldn't understand what the heck they were talking about, so I think they were referring to me when I was getting off the exit, but I'm not 100% sure. This right here had two pipes sticking out. Mind you, my straps were already tight. If you watch my shorts video, you'll know that my straps were tight, okay? They were tight, like it was tighter than this. Mind you, I had my 4-inch strap over on the rear and it was tight like that. So I rearranged a whole bunch of stuff. I threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 freaking straps down on this load because of the reason that the pipe went up, forward. And when I turned, I heard it hit my truck. When I turned, that pipe sticking out, I heard it hit my truck, but it was too late and I wasn't going to stop in the middle of an intersection to fix it. And when I turned back, it basically broke again when I reached the truck stop. But as you can see over here, they're supposed to interlock like this. So basically the male and female is supposed to go like this, so that when you put your straps in, they compress and they lock for moving back and forth. As you can see, these bundles are exactly the same as the bundles on top, and the bundles on top over there did not move at all. Let's go and I have less straps, and this is still DOT legal, okay? That's overkill. And even before, if I show you the pictures, it was a lot. It was overkill already to begin with. I had enough straps, and this one only has 2 straps, and those 2 bundles right there, I don't have any pipe coming forward. What about here? No pipe coming forward. That bundle was just loaded, not centered, but no pipe coming forward at all. So basically, my other bundles are fine, but for some reason, the bundle in the front decided to cause that issue, and unfortunately, has damaged both my fairings. This one, not damaged as much as the second one down there, but as a result, now we have to fix this, and hopefully we can actually make it to the delivery 30 miles away in Frederick, Maryland without getting the pipe forward. I've driven since Morgantown, West Virginia like this before, and none of it has moved, so that's a very good news. So I'm just gonna do my pre-trip, tighten down my straps, and believe it or not, folks, I'm gonna show you if it can be visible from here. I'm gonna leave the truck on overnight because it's gonna be really, really cold. But basically, I'm going to the hotel. I don't know if you can see that little building over there. I'm going to the hotel down there to stay with my Wyndham points, pretty much for free over the weekend, because I need some good rest. And it sucks that I just washed this truck and trailer. It's completely covered in filth. This truck and trailer has a lot of work yet to be done. In the back, my trailer lights, I'm gonna send you a picture. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't over here. Sometimes those 3 lights work, sometimes they don't. For the most time, whenever you hit a bump, they work. I know what wire is causing this. I just have to have a proper mechanic come and fix it. I'm not gonna do it on the road because they're gonna mess it up, and then they may not work at all. Also, my windshield is pouring water like a river, so I have to get my left windshield resealed up there. Why? Because whenever the mobile glass mechanic in Chicago, Illinois changed it for me, he didn't seal it properly, and now it's just leaking a whole bunch of water. This right here, on the other hand, it might not need repair. I might just run with it like that because the handle broke on it, so I'm using a bungee cord to close it down. But also down here, this bumper, the bracket broke. As you can see, the bracket broke. It's shaking. It's not attached. Not attached at all. So we're gonna have to re-weld this bracket back to the bumper, and the previous driver that drove this truck hit a deer or something, so I'm gonna have to pull this bumper back in order to get it straightened out. That's gonna be one heck of a long vlog to do, folks, because man, once I come home I got a lot of stuff to do. And guess what, folks, my boss is not charging me a penny for this. Praise the Lord. Very cold right now here in Maryland. I'm gonna go ahead, finish my post-trip pre-trip, get the truck ready for Monday delivery, 30 miles away. Hopefully I'm gonna have some action of me unloading it, actually first time on a GoPro, because I've never done it before. We're gonna get all these issues fixed on the truck hopefully soon, and hopefully we're not gonna run into any issues afterwards. The good news is, if we really wanted to go after it, but it's gonna be hard, we could go after the shipper for improper loaded, because based on the pictures, I loaded it properly, and 4 straps, the whole load weighs 32,000 pounds, and I put just 3 straps on top and 1 belly or choke strap on the middle bundle, and that's way more than enough of holding force on the weight rating of the straps to hold it down. They just didn't properly load the stack the pipe on the bundle before shipping it out. Oh, the hotel is right there. I parked over there. Gonna run the truck whole night because it's cold. It's very windy. I can't even describe how windy and cold it is. It feels a lot colder than it actually is. We're gonna check if the Super 8. Lots of good reviews. Supposedly has some kind of free breakfast. I ain't against it, but finally, after being pretty much a month and a half in the truck, I feel good to just park at a hotel. This guy is at a hotel too. He's running his truck because it's cold at night. You don't want diesel engines cold. All right, let's get this day started. Just got out of the hotel, getting out of the parking spot. These right here are the worst, where there's no merge area to the freeway. This is 81 to I-70, and there's no merge area on the freeway. They have a yield sign instead of a stop sign, but of course people are being kind of dumb and don't know what they're doing at the same time. There's no merge area just on the exit ramp, but other than that we're good. So I don't know why they had to wait. There's literally like nobody. It's no merge area to get off on this exit over here, not the freeway. Freeway is fine. Just watch as we come up to the freeway over here. It's taking a little longer to accelerate and shift through the gears, but once we're rolling, we're rolling. This Detroit 6 Series doesn't stop. Yeah, there's plenty of merge area over here. It's just that section people are getting spooked, and hardly anybody's using it. So it shouldn't be an issue of traffic like that. That's how traffic is, because people get spooked like that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are about 27 miles away from my drop. I'm thinking I'll be there by 9 o'clock for sure. We'll have to see yet. But
We got some slow trucks and everything ahead. I gotta pass all these slow pokes, but some of y'all already on my posts, on my YouTube community posts, on Snapchat and all that, been telling me that I did my load wrong, that I should have put a tarp or I should have put an X strap on top. I agree about the tarp part. I should have put a tarp. But to begin with, the load was, first of all, no tarp. Second of all, even if I had a tarp, I would have not been able to tarp it without help, because where I picked those plastic pipes up, they were covered in ice and snow. I would have slipped. If I don't have a 12-foot tall ladder, I ain't tarping it like that. I need help. I literally would call dispatch until someone helps me figure out how to tarp it safely, because I don't have a ladder. I ain't climbing up without a harness on some slippery pipes where there's not even grooves or anything to put your feet in. Especially those small pipes, I already tried. There's nowhere I can put my feet in to get some leverage to tarp it. Yes, we should invest in a small smoke tarp and a small tarp that can actually cover the front from the load shifting. Also, X-strapping. X-strapping would not do much in this. It would do some, but it would not do much. Like, for example, if I was hauling plywood or insulation, X-strap in the front and X-strap in the back would help, because it's one big singular slabs of pieces. Pipes are individual small pieces like that, so you can put an X-strap like this, but if those small pieces where the X-strap is not there is loose and it's not putting down pressure in all the pipes, it's still going to slide forward regardless. And if you're all wondering, oh, what about a headache rack? I have one on the truck. That will not help. Even if I had a headache rack in the trailer, first of all, that shipper does not allow headache racks. They need to optimize the full 53 feet of the trailer. And second, that headache rack would not be as tall as you would think. Where those pipes came out was on a second layer from the top. It would completely miss the headache rack and still end up going to damage my fairings when I churn. So there you have it. But either way, at the end of this video, we're gonna fix those fairings and make this truck look like brand new. Alrighty, approaching the delivery, getting off the exit. About 1.8 miles away, gonna get off this exit.
On the right, in half mile south, use the right lane to exit.
Finally get this nasty load of pipe gone. I love hauling pipe, but this one is just, they didn't stack it right, and I was also told by a trucker that they're not supposed to stack it over 4 foot high in that particular bundle, which they did, which is insane. They should have mixed it up with the big bundles as well.
Then use the right lane to take the Maryland 85 South route. Lane, then take the second right. At the light, turn left onto Industry Lane, then turn right. Turn right, then take the first right.
bundle's unloaded, pretty much empty, and it's time to hit the road for our load back home. Get these suckers repaired, the bumper repaired, get this truck cleaned out of truck wash, and get that windshield repaired as well. Alrighty, got empty. Now I'm driving to the pickup all the way in Boswell or something like that, Pennsylvania. I'm not 100% sure what the name is, but it's in Pennsylvania off of 76, so a huge deadhead of 145 miles. Doesn't look like a big deadhead, but it actually is. And for some reason, this dumb GPS is routing me through the travel plaza, which is what we're not gonna do, but I'm gonna make this tight turn instead, because I ain't going through the travel plaza. I mean, through the shopping plaza. That's a guaranteed fact. I ain't going through the shopping plaza. So all the snow we could probably crush with our trailer. Yep, it's crushed. We just drove over a whole bunch of snow. So there you go. All right, let's get this day going to the pickup now. We rolling. It's always nice to roll empty. Feels light. Well, drivers getting loaded right now with conveyor parts for coal mining going to Greenwood, South Carolina. Got a lot of stuff to strap over here and chain down. So far we need 3 chains and minimum of 3 straps at least for this load over here. All right, drivers, if I were to record this in a time lapse, I would have never ever finished recording this. I would have run out of space because this was a long job to strap down and chain down. But at least we got everything secure. This thing is 10 feet high, so we're not over 13'6" on this trailer. We're ready to roll back home towards Greenwood, South Carolina. I live in South Carolina. All chained up and strapped up and ready to go. We got it done properly. That way the load doesn't go anywhere. And I used like pretty much every single one of my edge protectors. Alrighty, drivers, we're coming out of the Pilot and Troutman, North Carolina, and it's been a mess today. So last night I paid for parking on the app while driving yet here and reserved it. I come up to pay for parking. First of all, the reserve spots are taken.
Turn left at the traffic light.
And second, they would not enforce paid parking. So I tried enforcing it myself last night, ended up not working. Everybody that came out that I asked for to see their receipt, and of course they thought I was a Pilot employee, but they had proof that they paid for it. And unfortunately I couldn't kick anybody out. So I waited until somebody came out of the spots, and it turned out to be a free spot. Went inside and got my refund of the reserved parking that I paid for. So that was a whole mess. That took like 2 hours. That whole ordeal took like 2 hours just to find some parking. So that was pretty annoying. Never want to do that again. Well, got to my delivery, which is literally a trash area where they're going to use all this equipment to mulch down everything, turn it into those piles down there and make money for people recycling metal and stuff. But yeah, fortunately did not get to wash my truck or trailer. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let the rain do that, unfortunately, simply for the fact I didn't have enough time and I need to get other stuff done in the truck. Well, just going off, get it out of the yard, drop the trailer. They're gonna be working an electrical issue on the light while I go get the bumper fixed and the fairings evaluated. Well, we got one fairing off, and that we're going to bend it back in place, put Bondo and paint it. Second fairing, we're just gonna hammer it back into place, the little bends and whatnot on it. It doesn't need any paint job. It's gonna look like brand new, just a little bit of hammer work. Then we took the bracket off the bumper here. We're gonna weld something new to it. And we're also going to go down to this side of the bumper and figure out where it needs to be in place to make it look straight. There you go, folks. We're now putting Bondo on the fairing. That's the last I'm going to see of it before it's going to get painted. We have got this
side of the bumper lined up. Now we just have to fix this side of the bumper and get it lined up. Drivers, we have fixed the bumper with a new bracket. Put on a new bracket that's with 2 bolts on it, and the 3rd bolt is holding this regular bracket down to there. So now we got the bumper, front bumper, pretty squared even up. Down here on this side, we bent the bumper back this way a little bit so it's more flush now. So now the truck looks like pretty much brand new. It's been like a week, but I am glad to disconnect from my trailer and go take care of the leaking windshield and put the fairing back on the truck and make it look like brand new.
Right here, there's straight up a hole. There's no glue touching right here. There's no glue touching right here. This is how much glue he had touching right here. This is how much glue he had touching right here, but over here he messed up. So
Okay.
water was just straight channeling through.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So folks, finished installing or redoing or fixing the windshields, and we finally got the fairings back in order, nicely painted, matching the truck. So this is the proper way to do it, because the only way was to do Bondo and paint, because simply for the fact that unfortunately it costs $250 for one fairing, and doesn't even matter if it's color matched, and $600 for shipping from Vanderhogs. Unbelievable. Not canceled. Guys, I'm Eddie B. 2004
Turn right on
This particular package, driving a temp in the 6 Series.